into it. Um, where so for today's kind of inspiration, this just came out by 6 and 5, which it was a day ago. They're super 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 cool. Really like all the stuff they do, and it kind of got me thinking that this would be a fun, not so like technically in like focused thing. It would just kind of be like a fun like play around thing. I mean, obviously tons of technical work went into this and they did an amazing job on it. I don't really know how kosher it is to kind of do this. I mean, I don't think I'm going to post it. So we'll just use it as kind of like a learning exercise sort of thing. And just like a playing around. But full credit to them. I mean, they're not like, they didn't invent this sort of thing. I think this, it has to be all CG. Maybe. I would assume so. They're amazing and they do CG stuff. But really like this kind of idea of just like super abstract, like parts that are like organic, but also like very industrial and kind of all like held together in a very balanced, cool composition. This one's like featuring a product, and they've done this before in other stuff. Like they do these cool kind of like crazy realistic outdoor scenes. I don't know if this is CG or photo and like composited. I would assume maybe it's the CG. I don't know. They're really good at environments, so maybe it's all CG. I don't know. But they say photography, but also CG, so maybe that's a photo. They've just comped it really, really well. But they're just like really very good at like composition with this like abstract sort of thing, and then like all their other stuff of just like simple shapes inside of kind of a more organic setup. And I mean, they're not like, this has been done like, Peter Tarka is like also known for these kind of things of like product and then just like off balance, non-traditional studio setups with just very textural things. But this one was really fun because I was also thinking like, I'm sure they did like a lot of asset prep for this and whatnot, but because I have Quixel, that would kind of help speed up the process, and that's kind of where I don't think I'll be able to share the file because this will probably contain a lot of third-party stuff from Quixel, but nonetheless, I thought it would be fun to try to like dig through their library, see what kind of things we can pull, maybe see how we can repurpose different assets, and like, because I know a lot of their stuff is like very like photo scanned and like very used in the way that it's like they capture it, but it would be fun to kind of zhuzh them up into something that's a little bit more pristine, kind of like this stuff. It's like all industrial, but also like very pristine. And they have these other cool layouts of like just such an interesting idea of like why is that green? And it's just because it like makes an interesting like little shading thing on top of it, but in a very like, other than just being like photorealistic, it's just like a very realistic, like influenced by gravity sort of setup that they still like leverage the power of like CGI and stuff. I don't know, I'm rambling, but I thought this would be cool. And I don't want to just like do like a cheesy rip of like, hey, here's like my 2-hour how to do their thing with like Quixel stuff. So I was thinking it'd be interesting to kind of like take a look at this, jot down some notes, maybe just separate this out into its own window. Yeah. And then just like jot some notes. And I do this a lot with, hey, we got 2 people. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. We're just going to be doing a messing around. I don't want to call it an everyday because I don't do it every day, but that's kind of like the colloquialism of what it would be. Just like a quick, I guess a 3D CG sketch would be a good kind of thing to describe it as. But just for this, so that I mean, I do this with other stuff, but to not totally rip and just like have this open, I mean, I definitely for reference of other things will have my references open, but when it's kind of more of an idea versus a like replicating something, I like to try, I mean, this is obviously in my head already, but like the specifics of it aren't, and so trying to like jot down key parts of it that I do like, and like textures or like lighting or just compositional elements of it that I like, and write those down, and then try to rely solely off those notes and not bring this back up so that it's not like a total rip. I think that's a good thing to do. Even like this one, I'm obviously not gonna like post or anything, but just even as a learning exercise, I think that helps a lot in your own discovery of like, it may not obviously turn out as well as the reference that you were like taking notes from, but through taking notes and then comparing afterwards, being like, okay, why did theirs work better? I think that that would help anyone that's trying to like if you want to achieve this style or like work on this sort of style, not pulling or like directly ripping everything, because I don't think you learn much from that other than like technical execution. But if you like take notes and then compare it afterwards and like look at like, okay, what did you miss in note taking that could have helped? I think that that's something that I found is really helpful when trying to like learn new techniques. And this is definitely, I mean, outside of my wheelhouse, I would say. Like I definitely appreciate it and I like it, but I don't really do many renders like this, so it would be fun to kind of take a stab at that. So, hope no one's offended by cracking knuckles. Let's see. So the first thing is there's like a plant / organic element. I'm also really bad at typing, plus my microphone is directly like, I can't see my keyboard and I'm not like a proficient typer, so apologies if this typing is really bad. So there's like a plant, that's like the first thing, but there's also like industrial, yeah, thanks Google, industrial beams, rocks, maybe I should actually, cement bricks, because rocks I feel like would get too general. So there's like cement bricks, there are metal attachments / clips maybe, metal frame, center of the composition. There's like foam, soft geometric blocks, glass cubes, everything's hanging. Be like an interesting note about this. There's some ropes. I don't know what this bit, I mean, it's like a clamp or like a fasten, but I don't know if that's like necessary to take a note on. And then there's like sculptural element. And then the lighting to me seems like mostly 1 point. I mean, we're getting like most of it's coming from this side, and we have like not total dark, but with like a bounce, with a bounce card. It's spelled bounce properly. For the lens, I feel like we're gonna go like 80 millimeter or higher, just because like this bar, like the back and the front, they don't seem too different, and I feel like this bar is pretty big and everything kind of is like pretty squashed down. It all seems to be like flattened, and so that makes me feel like it's a longer lens that we're working with here. to help sell that like abstract like poster effect. Just smush everything down into like a graphical element. Okay, so that's like quite a bit of notes. I like the framing of this, so maybe we'll go with that. I think this is there we go. Portrait framing. Elements leave from top and bottom. So we got this like little, so that's like a big part of the composition. Don't leave either way this way, but they like flow like this, like they could go on to other stuff. Ropes that are tight. Yeah, I think that's another thing, is like these are all like super tight. That will be interesting to kind of like think of something like that is soft and like deformed around a harder piece of geo. I don't really love this beam, so maybe we'll find something that's like a little bit more industrial and less like textural. Okay. Well, let's see how many different, this is another thing, how many different pieces. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So let's maybe try to keep ourselves to that. There are 13 elements. And I like this one, I think, the most out of all of the ones they did. I mean, these are all just super dope, but they're just a little bit more complex. This one's very cool. Such a cool idea. Big props to them. I'm sure most people follow them, but if you don't, go follow 6 and 5. They do like insanely cool. Just like, this is what I like first when they like came on my radar. They were doing these like crazy, like, is it real, is it not, like interiors. And I think they do mix photography with like CG, but it's so seamless. They do such a good job about it. But like, this stuff is just so good. That SSS, so good. Man. Yeah, I could just look at this for days. This is all so good. Cool. So, these are our notes. And now I'm going to try to not open that again for a bit. And then maybe we'll compare it at the end. I'm also going to try to do this within like 2 hours, 2.5. We already ate up half of that, so I guess 2 hours. Shout out to the 2 people here. This is going to be us jamming in some Cinema 4D. And some Quixel. So maybe we jump, just make this tag a little tiny guy, and jump into Bridge. Let's open a cinema scene. And real quick, just switch it to Redshift. Yeah. Just so if we send stuff over to this like blank scene, it will all get like auto converted into textures for Redshift. And then let's open up some Quixel with our notes. Just close this other guy. So we got this all working out. I'm gonna try to first see if there's anything in stuff I already got, so I don't have to buy new things. That would be great. And I've already pretty much forgotten what that image looks like. Great. Okay. So let's look first on our list. Let's find a plant. Let's just go to purchased. Let's go to plants. What kind of plants do I got? I got nothing, so we might have to buy. I mean, like, there's that, but that's not even close. Let's go look for some plants. 3D plants. Flowering plants, because that was a flower. I mean, I really like that rose they had, but these none of these are roses. What can we do? What is like an aesthetically pleasing flowery plant? Maybe we don't go with a flowering plant. I know they got like nice ferns. Ooh. Ooh, let's do a cactus. Ah, these are all huge. That would look very silly to have like a really miniature cactus on our thing. No, thank you. Houseplants? Let's be houseplant people. White ornamental kale. Who has kale? That doesn't make any sense. Those are kind of cool. I kind of like those. Just gonna go through our favorites afterwards and pick some winners. Those guys were cool. Oh, not many houseplants. Those guys were cool. These guys are cool. ZZ plant. These guys are cool. Cat palm. Yeah. I guess we'll be between those guys. Wonder if those guys are like massive. Hopefully not. Yeah. I mean, these guys are kind of cool. Chinese evergreens. It's dope looking. I like those like fat green leaves. Those are cool. Cool. So we have our plant organic element. Let's go to an industrial beam. I should have some industrial beams. 3D asset. It's not industrial, but maybe this could replace that like beam I didn't like. Let's send it over. Exporting to cinema. See if this works. I wonder what res I'm sending it over at. It's not gonna open. What the heck? Are you just struggling right now? You wanna crash? It's just gonna crash. Isn't it? It's just gonna crash. Let's look it up. Task Manager says that you're A-OK, bud, but looks like you crashed. Okay. Should I let it figure itself out or kill it? We're gonna kill it. Try to open it again. The joy of live streaming. Art on the fly. Well, that's happening. Let's go. So that guy was cool. Let's unfavorite that guy. I already have him. So that one was cool. Maybe that one's a better one. That's like a lot cleaner of a block of wood. Rusty chains. Nah. We want like those belts. Lots of rocks. Lots and lots of rocks. Maybe those could be our cement bricks. They're not as cool as the ones those guys had, but these are actually pretty sweet. But those are way too big. Those are nice, but they're kind of like too broken. They're not like clean enough. Lots of rocks, lots of pine cones. Okay, that's all my assets, really? I find that hard to believe. Maybe it is. We should look at... I don't really want these, because A, everyone uses this guy. I mean, he is really cool, but we used way too much. So maybe we're going to go... Ooh. Maybe our organic thing should be a... Should just be a banana. Ooh, or we like go... And we do like nice like apple. Like alive. And then like dead. Like the cycle of the apple. May be interesting. Hey, 3 people. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. We are in the process of... Whoa, so many things. Let's set this to Redshift. Maybe my exports were weird. Go back to bridge. Go back. Well, let's click on this guy. This is the scale. It is tiny. Okay. Level of detail 0, right? That's what we want. Export to cinema. Global exports. What we got going on? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. This is all good. Let's Send it over. Exporting successful. Open up Cinema. Nope, Cinema crashed. Cinema just not going to do this now? Why are you doing this, Cinema? Does that export like kill it now? It is very upset about that export. Well, that will 100% CPU? I doubt it. You're lying. That will make everything way harder if... Okay, wait. There's our Apple boy. There we go. Cool. Just had to think about it a lot. Let's make this... Let's save this into RMD, Sino 40. Stream 09 05 2020. This is just gonna be our like prop soon. Cool. So that seemed to work. Seemed to send it all over. I wonder if it's gonna like stutter like that at every export. And just like pretend that it's gonna crash my computer every time. 100% CPU to send over a file? And the crash pad? Why? Okay. Nope. It's still like very upset about it. That is a bummer that it's going to do that every time. I wonder if it's because I'm streaming? I don't know. But we'll see. I also, with my camera down there, could have it over here so that you can see the settings. But for now, I'll just keep it over here because that seems to be like the best place for it overall. Yeah, that's insane that the transfer over is trying to murder my scene every single time it does it. That's gonna be a bummer. And then we'll send this full guy. Yeah. Okay. So it says that it imports, but it just takes forever. Weird. I wonder if it's the redshift it's getting hung up on. I mean, it's really nice that it makes the files right away, but if it's gonna do this every single time, that's a bit of a pain. Oh my goodness. This is brutal. So much for a time saver. I mean, it's a huge time saver still, but there we go. Just render this on like a white sweep and just call it like Circle of Life. That'll be it. People will go crazy. It will be viral. No. But I think that these may be a cool alternative if our plants don't work out. Or maybe we'll do both. You know, it's our art. Quote unquote art. Cool. So now we gotta go find, what were we looking for? We're looking for industrial beams. I had saved some in my favorites. These are not things that I favorited. Ooh. Ooh, that looks interesting. Also saved some yams, some garlic. My favorites. Those are cool. A little too big though. I was looking for like a foot or something. I mean, they had a foot, so maybe we go with something not as obvious, but let's look at these. Yeah, these guys I already got, so maybe we send those guys over. Export. See if they also crash somewhere. Awesome. I mean, if the export is successful, I'm just gonna like let it think about it in the background. If it crashes, it crashes. Cat palm. That was one of our plants. Trying to think about that like frame. Might have to go with like a box to get like just like nice edge details and just like chop it up. But we'll think about that when we get to it. Still just shopping around. Let's make sure cinema's not. Ooh, cinema is upset. We'll let it think about itself. I like that. It could be interesting to just have that like in its own box, but I would love to find a cooler broken statue piece. Those guys are good. I wonder why it's like saved them so out of order. It's very annoying. That looks like all the pieces we saved. Let's see if what this says about cinema. Currently not responding. Let's send those guys. I'm just gonna crash cinema. I would assume it's gonna get very upset. Got those bricks. Let's send over between these guys. Chinese heavy grain. These guys are also cool. And then what was the other one? It's cat plant. I feel like these guys are cool, but they may block too much. But they would be cool as like a graphical like backdrop behind stuff. Let's, I mean, what are we looking at credit wise? Oh, we can get a bunch. Let's get everybody. Let's make it a party. And then we'll just see how they work out. I feel like that is the kind of realization I had about using assets, that like I was very against it because I was like, hey, I want to like, if I can, I will model everything. These are good for debris. But then like at a certain point I was just like, I mean, it kind of frees you up. If you're not like thinking about it, you can just use whatever like works best for the composition. These are dope. Yeah, I think I'll use these, and then maybe we'll throw them in mixer and make them like not red, make them more like cement. But I like that like broken up section. So you can just kind of like test out different assets without having to commit to like trying to build the perfect one because you have to build it. You can just like test out different pieces, and I think that that is good for everyone. Ooh, maybe we'll never get these guys. Maybe everything will just be way too slow. Maybe we'll have to work off only things I've already downloaded. How you doing, cinema? Hey, cool. Let's get these guys separated. Yeah, I don't know about these guys. There's two of them? Oh. Or did I send it over twice? No, there are just two of them. Cool. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, they're nice, but they're just like not as... They're like too loafy, too lumpy. These guys will be cool. I just like that they're like cleanly cut. They'll be like a nice like abstract like support. Might just have to shrink them down a bit or chop them up. So this is it. This is the art. This is what we're working with. Once these guys download, what are we looking at? What are we looking at time-wise? Ooh, 37%. That will take forever. What's our list? So we got plant and organic. Well, we have organic. We do not have plant. Industrial beams. I would still like to look for a metal one. But that means downloading it, which it's taking forever for some reason. Hardware? Maybe? Just add a little wooden moose. Or a little wooden statue. What is this stuff? It's all very specifically Western, which is not really the vibe that I'm looking for. Let's look in. There's gotta be like industrial. Street stone, roofing, mushroom, hardware. Pipe, not really pipe. Yeah, it's not really what we're looking for. Man, I wish there was like a back button, but there is not. Hmm. So I'm hoping there was just like a beam. Container, clay, brick, assembly. Maybe we're looking for assembly. Nah. Not assembly. Where's just like metal? Where's just a beam? Show me beam. Those are cool. They are not at all what I meant by a beam, but those are cool looking. No metal beams. Oh well. These things are cool looking. Maybe we spruce them up. I feel like it's better to go with the wood though. Let's look for a hook. That is very old. Dang, I was hoping that there was a more clean or just metal. Oh, come on. 3D assets. Some swords. Fire hydrants. Lots of swords. Oh, I wonder if like a guardrail would be a cool like metal piece. It's not as like flat as I was hoping it would be. Yeah, not quite. What are we looking for? Very western. If we were making a western scene, we have got it made in the shade, but that is not what we're looking for. None of these are checking the box. You would think they would have one, but no. Those are kind of it, but not. I mean, it's just nice because it's like the texture's super interesting, but I don't really want it to be rusty, so you kind of lose that, and then it's just a box at the end of the day. So, not much interest there. I'm thinking that this would be cool to have as like the top piece, and then maybe just connect that not as cool hook to it. Where was it? That may be cool. I know it's not a hook, but let's favorite him. But what I was thinking was that like pipe plus this guy as like a hook. Maybe cool. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll get both of them. These chains are cool, but I don't really know if I want to go through the hassle of like wrapping them to a spline and everything. And man, we are only got like an hour and a half left. Cranking through this time. Where'd that beam go? Pipe. Where'd it go? Did I just pass it? There it is. So unfavorite it, favorite it again. Will that put it back? Cool. Yeah, so these are our contenders for a hook. Cement bricks we have found in. Where did they go? Oh, they're still downloading. My goodness. Is that other one like done yet? Oh my gosh. That's taking forever. That is very annoying. Cool. Let's send you over. 36%. Come on. I'm like on Ethernet too. It doesn't make any sense. don't know why that's going so slow. So we have cement bricks figured out, downloaded, industrial beams. Yo, Zach, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. So, maybe I should have kept that open. We're just making a render. Let's go to Instagram. And it's going to be based off, that's what the notes are from, is this like cool thing by 6 and 5. This kind of, this little deal, all these like nice little assets precariously placed in a nice little abstract composition. So right now we're kind of, I like taking notes from this so that we're not directly like just copy and pasting. And then we're just gonna kind of dig through Quixel, find what we need to get. That's kind of what I'm hunting and pecking for right now. And then we're gonna kind of start arranging the composition. This is kind of what we have so far as our pieces in Cinema. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. That's what we're going over right now. And my internet is fighting with me to not download things, which is great. But where'd that go? Yeah, we're just digging up assets right now to start playing around with. Just gonna do a quick little CG sketch. I don't really know what to call them. It's not really an everyday, but I guess that's the closest thing to what it would be. Is everything gonna crash? Oh, exported successfully. Cinema is not happy. So we got our plants, got our organic, got our beams for the most part. Metal frame. Foam, that will be fine. Maybe we just find like a nice foam like material. Glass cube will be fine. We'll just make that. Everything hanging. Ropes. Yeah, I wonder if they got ropes. But we first need to let these guys finish downloading. Ah, we need to look for a statue. 3D asset. Antique. Maybe that's where it would be sitting. Those are all cool. That gargoyle's weird. Those are nice. They're just all too big. And very humanoid. Let's see. That's kind of cool if it's like framed up, but I don't know. Let's see. Which of these is the coolest? Yeah, I'm kind of digging that one. It'd just be like interesting to like have it centered inside of like the frame or like the glass cube. But a person would definitely be a lot more interesting, but none of them are that cool. Yeah, maybe we'll just go with that guy. Yeah, I don't know. I like it, but I don't love it. This I really like just because of like the cloth detail in him, but he is massive. Maybe we just like cut out his foot. I mean, they had a foot, so maybe that's why I'm gravitating towards that. I really do like that head, but he's been used everywhere. This is cool. I think this might be the best in between. It's like not as set up as that one. Yeah, we'll go with this guy. Sculptural element found. Cool. Let's wait for that to download. Throw it in the favorites. That's actually pretty big. That's way bigger than I thought it would be. Let's go look for a frame. Let's look for, do they got a frame? They have wooden frames. not really what we're looking for. Maybe we can chop this thing up. Could. Yeah. Let's just chop that guy up. Is this a better one? About the same. What is the 3D view? I've never used this before. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's favorite and start downloading that guy. Metal frame found. Foam. I wonder if they would even have that. As like a material or a surface, is I think what they call them. Maybe. 2 assets. What is this guy? Is it like styrofoam? Wow. You could load any slower. Cinema's still like pretending that it's crashing. Whoa. Dang, those plants are massive. Holy cow. Let's throw these guys in the back. These are all the same plant. Yeah. And then these are all different plant. So those are the 2 plant options. I feel like we would only need like 1 leaf from each of these, but good to have every possibility. These are way bigger than I thought they would be. Oop. Yeah, probably just like rip like one of those. I mean, I like the shape of these ones, but like the detail inside of those ones. Hey, Maddie. What's up? Thank you for streaming from our living room. That guy all one? Huh. So, oh, he's like fading off to the side. I think I'm leaning more towards like one of these guys as a plant. These guys are cool, but just a boring shape. He is a contender. Let's see if bridge is finally working again. Oh my goodness. So slow. So broken. What's happening? Bridge. What are you doing? Stop. Not working. Okay. I mean, it's kind of like foam, but it feels not like soft. It's like too crunchy. What is this? Packing foam. That makes sense. It's not really what we want to go with. Wonder if I already have one, maybe? In my materials. Textures. Materials. Man-made styrofoam. What is the preview for it? Yeah, it's not very, I mean, it's like a cool styrofoam one, but that's not really soft in any way. I wonder if those flakes would like work just with like a normal material. Okay, so that's just gonna be something we find later. Glass cubes, we'll just make glass. Rope. Let's see if we got a rope in here. Rope texture. Things made of rope. Ropes on the ground, but no ropes. Let's see what we got. Maybe we can just use some fabric. Fabric surfaces. Gonna let me scroll? Cool. Nope. Man, you are struggling. They aren't as like patterny as the ones they were using, but these are definitely some fabrics. Ooh, that one's cool. It's kind of close. Be like a cool one to use. These like striped ones. Huh. They're not as like fibery as the like one they had used, but yeah, these are all just leather. It's not what we want. I mean, it could be what we want, but more of that like clamp thing they had. These are interesting. It's too like soft looking. Yeah, these are all like kind of carpety vibes. That's cool. Maybe that would work. Maybe I'll just like add like a fabric bump to it. Maybe. We'll put it in the favorites. This one's cool. None of these are very rope though. For the other like part. Furniture fabric. What does that even mean? It's like twill. I mean, that like stripe in the middle is close to what they had. Pattern fabric. Could do. Could be good. I feel like this is where like Substance definitely has like a leg up over Quixel. But I just don't want to have to go through that whole process. Which is why I like Quixel very, very fast. Old fabric. Nah. I'm trying to look for like something for the rope. These carpets I thought would like be a little bit more like that might do. Just like repurpose that as a rope. Lots of carpet. Guess there was like a big need for carpets for one of their things. They're all very cool, but not really what I need. That might work. We'll see. Okay, so we got our ropes. That seems to be everything that we need. Everything else is kind of just like general notes about this. Glass cube, yeah. So let's go to our favorites and see how everyone's doing downloading. Let's start you. Maybe it's like, yeah, let's get all these guys going. I think the other thing is that I'm gonna have to like build out the splines for all of these, and that will be kind of the last thing to do because it will be based on like the composition of everything else. We got all that. Where's all our fabrics that we favorited? Did they not show up? Where are the fabrics? Where did they go? We have lost the fabrics. Oh, here they are. Get you guys downloading. I feel like I had one that was already saved. I don't really want to do leather. Cool. So we don't have those in the scene yet. I'm just going to save this too, because it seems to be wanting to crash. We have plants, organic, and our beams. Send over some of our bricks. And then instead of like going through Mixer, I might just change in like the color correction inside of, just like inside of the Redshift nodes, because that doesn't seem like a big enough thing to send it over to Mixer. It's like close enough to being cement, like I want it to be instead of red. So I'll just like desaturate and stuff. Man, Bridge is not liking this export process. There we go. Send this guy. Then we'll send the last guy. I think we only needed like 2, but can't decide if that's like too crumbly. Because that's like a dip in it. Might only use these 2. If you're just stopping by, we are in the process of making something like this. Thought this was cool. It's from 6 and 5. Really cool studio. So like we're currently, this list was built based off all the little pieces that are inside of here. So like these brick pieces will kind of be like things that we use, like those. I guess like all of the beams, I'm gonna probably be using like these wood beams, and then these plants are gonna be what replaces the flower that they have, or the apples will, and we'll just like kind of place them around in different spots. I think the biggest thing about this is gonna be like the weird conjoining of the like different pieces, but I just need them all in the scene first before I can do that. And they're all taking a bit of time. Wow, these are way smaller. Those are tiny boys. Those eyes are cool. Are you just looking at the plants? Is that your comment for the plants, Maddie? And then let's send this guy. Cool. So we have all of that. Carpet is downloading. Small boy. They are tiny. My goodness. So slow. Why is it freezing? I mean, my computer is like doing more than I should be asking it to while I stream, but hopefully that won't affect like the rendering time too. Yeah. I don't know. I guess we didn't really even need that guy. Kind of like these two with their like broken off chunks. And then I'll just get rid of the red coloring. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really think I'll use those guys. Maybe. Kind of want to just keep this open to get the composition because it's very tricky, but I will try to refrain from doing that. Okay, this is back from being broken. Welcome back to my computer screaming. It's just taking forever to download. What else is it downloading? I don't think it's downloading anything else. Oh, is it downloading that like middle? Ah, these guys. Man, these are taking a bit to download. Maybe I'll start building all of our other stuff inside here. So for our glass box, let's get our figure guy. So I feel like for the box, just go into this view. Like if that's like our size of our apple. Just want this window be like 0.4 millimeters. I feel like that is a correct thickness, if I remember correctly, for like a sheet of glass to refract properly. And then we'll make it like a foot. That seems appropriate. Yeah. for that like little box down there. Don't open Spotify. For like this little guy. I feel like that's like 6 inches. Maybe we'll go with like 8. Make him 8 inches. Yeah, cool. So he could fit an apple if we wanted. Cool. Then we'll take this and put no. No, I'm gonna put a apple or a statue inside of it. But that is an interesting idea that you had. I don't know if I don't even know where I would find like a model of him. Oh, you mean like a photo of him? Barry Benson. I can try it out. Oh no, now you have Zach on your side too. Maybe. I mean, I'm not really posting it anywhere, so we could do that if that is the consensus that everyone wants. Barry Benson from the honey trial in a glass box or a metal frame. So just building out our cube. Guess there's a smarter way to build this. Take this guy and we'll put him in cloner. And we'll make it a radial cloner. Make that the radius. That is correct, but I only want 4 of them. What is this offset? Why is it not rotated the proper way? Boom. Glass cube. Ugh. Why would they not intersect properly? Boom. There we go. I like building with individual sheets instead of like a cube with like a cloth deformer on it to like add thickness to it, because I feel like that always messes up the refraction of it. But maybe I'm crazy. And then for this, I'll just take this guy out and flip him on his pitch. Nope, flip him on his B. Drop him. Or let's put him in a symmetry first. Hold. Oh, yeah. Just to drop it under it. And then bring him up. Nope. Yeah. Cool, so that will be our glass cube. Cube. So it'll be a glass cube at the bottom. Make a glass texture for it. Bum, bum, bum. Just go with the default glass. 1.15, yeah, that seems fine. Maybe it'll be cool. Add some, no, not that. Add some dispersion. 24, I think is like the right number. It's like somewhere up there. And then maybe we'll start dropping in. Maybe we'll give it like a roughness. Like, I mean, I don't think that theirs has like many imperfections on it. But, I mean, this is what I think when you do like a cube with like just thickness on it, I feel like it doesn't get those edges properly. But we'll see if my way does it properly or not. because I feel like the normals get all goofed up. But for this, maybe I'll add a imperfection of like fingerprints. Someone had to handle it when they placed it there. Then we'll add a ramp for it, because I'm gonna probably want to tone it down. And then probably need a glass. And this is what I do to a lot of my glass. It just like adds like just the slight amount. Yeah, this one should be fine. Of like imperfections to your glass. And then we'll add a bump. Mapper. Bring it in. Remember to change this one to in 1. This one to 1 as well for the gamma. This is a tangent space normal. Yeah. Overall. Yeah, that's way too strong. Yeah. And we'll add this into the reflection roughness. Yeah. I like to add whenever like, because I feel like roughness is a weird thing to port fingerprints into, because I mean it looks proper technically, but I think it also should go into another material. I mean, it's a little bit overkill, but it'll just drop down like a redshift material. It's a basic one. With no reflection, and then just like kind of like a tan, maybe a little bit darker, and then a blender. So just like use the glass as the base and then blend this guy in by I guess just a re-ramp of whatever's going into the roughness. That way that it's like, it's rough, but it's also mixing in like a non-glass texture, because you'll be leaving some amount of residue on the glass from the fingerprints. I feel like that helps it a little bit. Let's just clean this up. There we go. And it looks to be inverted. So it's, there's no invert on here. Is there? There's not. That's weird. You would think there would be. Let's just flip our ramps then. Yeah, now we have, if I bring this up, you can kind of see it in this little window, but I will attach it to our glass. Let's turn everybody else off. Just working on the glass. Perfect, beautiful. Let's open this guy up. And port in our first one. I mean, I don't want that many fingerprints. So maybe we'll just have like a couple. Then we'll see what the glass looks like there. Probably need to add an HDRI. Redshift, not a redshift environment. Dome, that's what it's called. Dome light. Assets, HDRIs. Really like these Maxim interiors. I don't remember his full name, but if you look up like, maybe I should just find them. Yeah, Maxim Raws has a couple free packs, a couple paid packs of HDRIs, and they are amazing. He does a really good job of like making sure they have like the right kind of like properly built EXRs, and that they're like I don't know. He just is like, they're very high quality, and he does a really good job of building them. And I use them pretty much as like my first go-to, and then if they're not like working, I go into a little bit more specific ones. But I really like this like photorealism one. It's just like a nice like 1 point. Cool. Let's go to something where we can kind of tell how. Ooh, okay. So I feel like first off, our bump is too high still. Bring that way down. Still a little high. And then first let's get rid of all of this roughness. So without that on, we have a crazy effect going on here. But I don't know why. Maybe if I take this down. Okay. Oh, I think it's 56. It's like, yeah, okay. So this was like too low. We were getting this like crazy warp effect. So I have to go 60, because we just want like a little bit of like a rainbow edge. That's still a little high. I also don't know if this is even worth like the amount of like calculation. It does it a lot faster than Octane, but still quite a bit of computational time spent. I do think it makes your glass look a little bit better. Then maybe we make it like a little bit thicker. Start to get that like dark edge. But then we start to need to increase everything else. So, I mean, real quick, I wonder if I just pop this guy out. And then drop a cloth surface on him. Beautiful. Not at all what I wanted. Okay. I was wrong. That's way easier to build. That seems to still do the proper edges. Yeah, we'll just go with that. It's way easier to build. The other thing, sometimes it is the easier route. That is what you should go with. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, well that's cool. It's a lot less work. Okay, so that's working. Now we'll add in our bump. Which seems, I mean, from like this like lower angle, looking through, kind of insane. And like in through there is a bit much. That seems good, like a good amount. Just enough. I mean, we'll be viewing it like this, so I think that that's fine. It could probably also go, I mean, it's supposed to be like a micro detail, so I could probably scale it down a bit, and would also, let's go actually from this guy. Probably scale it down by like Oh, maybe we want to go the other way. Is it not scaling? Okay, there it goes. Then maybe we rotate it so it's not as noticeably tiled. Yeah. Okay, that seems fine. Bring it back. Then we could probably bring up the strength a little bit. No, that's too crazy again. Yeah, maybe. Okay. I think we're diminishing returns at this point. And I mean, this is like so much overkill for how not noticeable it will be for that like little amount of like difference. But, you know, if you can, why not do it? Cool, so there's our glass cube. There's their glass cube. Cool. I think we could actually go thicker too. Cool. And we could probably also, like if we wanted to, add another like smooth, like round edge onto this normal, but I think it's fine for how not important of a piece it is. And what happens if we put something inside it, like our apple? Just want to make sure the normals are not messed up. They look fine, but whoa, that's cool. I like how it like intersects it. And then do Redshift glass textures still have that like weird thing that like they have like fake shadows on? I don't think they do anymore. Yeah, I don't think that that's on anymore. Maybe it's that thing. And then you need like caustics on, but for our purposes, I will just leave it off. Cool. Let's check on our downloads. 46%, come on. Send over our frame. Probably should have saved all the work we just did. Cool. And then looks like our carpet or like straps. They're just gonna pull that like centerpiece out. Oof. Everything is upset right now. Oh, there goes. Our frame came in. So cool that these work majorly like out of the box. But I think for this guy, we will be able to get away with just like chopping out the bunch of this stuff. We can probably pause this for now. Man, this is hard to tell what I need to chop and what I need to keep. Oh, there's also going to be like a piece in the middle. Oh well. I know there is a way to like determine like the angle, but I cannot remember it for the life of me. It's also off center? What? That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna select all this. It's gonna get very upset. Then I'm gonna take out all of that. Take out all of that. I'm just gonna paint some of these guys back out. Ooh, messed up bad up there. And I mean, at this point, is it easier to just texture a beam? Sure, probably. But you know, where's the fun in hand selecting polygon faces in that? Let's clean up over here. Clean up this guy. That corner is not clean. This is all janky. I feel like this will not look good with that all gone, but we will see. I'm just gonna delete all this bottom. I didn't even think about the fact that I'll have to like probably make like a plane cut. Oh, did that not go all the way through? Why? How would that not go all the way through? Let's do a... Yeah, let's do a cut like this. Cool. Now we have a frame. But we will see how stupid it looks. Okay, so, you know, little pieces of white sticking out. But for the most part, actually a decent job. Now, is this as interesting a frame as the reference? Not really. Could I build that? Probably. Let's do that instead. So we will give up on this guy, and while our friends are still downloading, we will just build that. So I'll close this for now. So for this, I mean, I'm thinking of like splines. Splines would work to build that shape. Could build, yeah, I'm thinking splines, but maybe not. Yeah, let's try splines first. So, I mean, size-wise, it's like a little bit bigger than this guy. Drop it in a rectangle. I think it's like that much bigger. A little bit taller. So that's what we're gonna like sweep around. Turn this guy off. And then, I mean, the sweep is like, you know, flat, and there's just like a little bit of a lip. But we could go a little bit more detailed with that. So I'm thinking it's like goes like out for a bit. I'll clean these up later. Then it goes like up, like maybe that high, out, up, over, down. Maybe I'll make it all in like cubes. So out, over, down. I'm thinking that's like mostly what the shape is. So let's get these guys on the same playing field. They're here. Let's move actually all of this into the center. So that those sit on 0, 0 as their home origins. Wow, that's actually crazy. That worked out. And then move this down. Zero. And then you will be at 2.85. Cool. That doesn't seem like those are the same. They are not. Also, it doesn't seem like these are the same. What the heck did I just do then? Okay. That seems even. Just make sure that they're actually in this like cube form. Okay. Cool. Then we should be able to take this guy and extrude him, or sweep him. Let's sweep him along this guy. See if that makes the shape we want. Oh, a really grotesque shape we don't want, actually. That is not at all. Or maybe it is. Yeah, that is. That is actually the shape we want. It's just that we need to close this spline so that there is a lip inside. And then this, I think, is too wide of like an edge compared to that edge. So let's go back in and like cut all of this in half. So it all fits like inside one of these. See how that works out. Better. Better. Cool. Then we can do some nice little chamfering with all these guys. Just gonna save this as the OG. Just in case I hate what we do with all these edges. So those guys, these guys, these guys, these guys. Oh, gross. Why would you? No, linear. Just go and chamfer them a bit. Cool. Why? Why would you? Linear. What the hell? Oh. But, like, why is there even... what do we need to do? Yeah, there we go. Cool. there's all those insane little bevels. Maybe we make sure it goes down a bit. How do I cut the subdivisions? Oh, I think I have to do it on this guy. Yeah, don't need all that detail in there, but appreciate the thought. Cool. So now I got our cool. Maybe I should do it on these guys. Maybe those should be rounded. Yeah. Yeah, that works. That's cool. Cool. And then maybe we round these corners. Whoa, not that much. By however much we chamfered. I think it was like 0.1. Yeah. Cool. So now everything is round. Except that's not at all what we want. Nope, that is bad. Okay. Guess we don't do it. Oh well. Oh well. Cool. So now we have our frame for this section. But I think it needs to be like deeper. So that's where sweep is not great. Because I don't think you have a choice in like depth of your caps. Right? I don't think you do. It just is like it sweeps around it. Oh, unless this would make it deeper. Haha. There we go. So that's where we want our depth to come in. Cool. Modeling. That works. So now we got our frame. And then if we want to do the inner little metal piece, we could just get rid of this. Make this guy way smaller. Yeah. And then that will just sit there kind of like might need to go back a little bit. Cool. And that will kind of sit as like the this will just sit inside that. Yeah, I think we don't need the backup of it. And then let's make a little screw. So that is way too big. Let's rotate it this way. Or, no. We'll keep it this way. How big will this need to be? don't know if I want to do it exactly as they've built theirs, but might as well. Cool. So I'll add a little bit more subdivisions to this guy. Then drop down a cube. Make it super tiny. Maybe like that big. This will just be our little quick and dirty screw. I'm also going to make this just a hemisphere. Oh, I guess I will have to rotate it. I'll have to make these a lot longer. Group those guys up. This guy, bool, real quick. Maybe we won't make a high poly object. Just absolutely the worst. Okay, well, maybe we do it one by one. Just the grossest screw. But, you know, works for me. So then we'll just take this guy, and I want to say we can just clone it around. What if we can clone it around the original spline? Let's take that guy. Just drop a cloner. Object. Drop this guy. Okay, so not exactly the right rotation. Which one do we gotta change? Not that one. This one? Seems to be the right one to change. Okay. And then which offset? Nope. Cool. Perfect. And then up the count. 3? It's weird that there's not an even amount. Come on. Let's do a step. Step is weird because it's gonna like start from that edge. This is like a decent amount, but that's not really what I want. Even. Okay. It's so weird that it's okay, that seems like an even place to start. So we want like 4 on each side, right? 4 evenly. That seems good. They have 7. We got 5. Oh well. There's our frame. Beautiful and in all its glory. So these screws. Unstruct. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. Unstructured. We're just building a frame. Or building screws on a frame. Cool. So we have that. Don't need that anymore. And then maybe we'll build a... Maybe we'll send a metal over. From the surfaces. Come on. I think that'd be cool. It's painted though. Painted gunmetal, that'd be dope. Might use a steel. It's all pretty basic. Scratched rubber. I'm sure we'll need rubber. Then maybe this will be like what the frame is made out of. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm testing out a little bit later of a time schedule. See if it's easier for people. I know that 1 p.m. is like a little bit weird on a Saturday to like catch a stream. So I thought maybe doing like a little bit later one would be better. So our steel came over. Which ones did it bring? It's got normal. Cool. Man, it's being slow. Painted. What is this? Painted gun. Yeah, I don't think it's like loading them very properly because this looks like just super glossy. Yeah, I don't know if it loaded those. Maybe it did. Maybe they are just... Oh, there it goes. Loaded some of them. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, I mean, everyone's like at home during quarantine, but not everyone is like... It seems like weekends are actually filling up for a lot of people because like you're always available. But yeah, see how these night ones go. It's also a little bit easier not to have it in the middle of the day for a stream. That one seemed to that came over fine. Save this because they have black screws on like a light one, but I don't know about that. I also don't know about the color palette what we're gonna use. Still have to figure out. Are these guys downloading it? Because we still have all those other assets that are coming over. Oh, it looks like bridge froze. Great. Ooh, already been going for 2 hours. Haven't even done anything. Okay, so we brought that over. That didn't work. Those guys are done. Fabric's done. Downloading. Where's the rest of our fabric? I think those were the only things left, right? Just a couple of fabrics. Did I scroll past them already? Where? Oh, yeah, these guys are done. Wonder which one would be good for the rope. I think this guy's the best contender for the rope. Send that guy over. Man, bridge is being slow. Yeah, running Redshift just because, I mean, I don't know if Octane works with Bridge yet. Maybe it does. I don't know. I've also been using Redshift more for studio work lately. So I've just been kind of like in the Redshift mindset. So I figured I would run just with Redshift for this. But Octane 2020, I hear a lot of good stuff about it. So I'm hoping to check it out soon. But most places that I freelance at are mostly Redshift. So that's what I've been using most of the time. Just got more comfortable in it. I do love Octane though, especially for stills. It just like looks so good out of the box. Redshift, I find myself like constantly tweaking. Let's send these pipes over. That's gonna crash everything, isn't it? Curious what other people run into with studios, because I find most of them are Redshift now. It used to be Octane back in the day when Redshift was like not as well known or widely accepted, but I feel like now it's like mostly Redshift. Cool, there's our pipe. So all these pieces, I feel like that's the only piece that I'm really going to use. All these guys don't need to be here. It's mostly even just for that like attachment part. Just gonna turn it off for now. So all those came through and they just look just not even close at all to what they looked like in the previews, but that's fine. I think I'm going to use like this guy for the frame. Oh, maybe Redshift just wasn't loading them properly, because that looks a little bit better. Color, I don't really know if I need to, maybe I'll just run it through a ramp. So I don't really want to use their gray texture, but I'm sure it has like different values in it. Why is it red? I mean, I like what they did with theirs is like that gray, so maybe I'll just do something like that. Probably just gonna run everything as like cubic too on our frame. Let's put that on the frame inside. Okay, so probably gonna want to move our light around to this side. Yeah. Set this to cubic. Let's see what this. Is there any like details inside these? I would assume there are, but maybe not. Let's see what we're working with here. I can't tell anything from that. Okay. See what we got detail-wise. Okay, I mean, that seems fine. It's like just like a general kind of little thing. So this guy's gonna be like 80% gray. Yeah, a little bit ago it definitely was like, I know that places I were working at were mostly Arnold, but once like fast GPU stuff came around, definitely I'll switch to like Octane Redshift. But I did like Arnold. I think that it does a lot of stuff really well. It had a really strong support for like AOVs, and I really liked that. Redshift has definitely upped its AOV game, where Octane was like a little lacking, but for the Octane's also kind of like focused on it a bit more. But yeah, back in the day, 2-3 years ago, Arnold was, I really liked it. It just took forever to like clean up compared to like the GPU stuff. Where do we go? Maybe like 50 on the scale? Is that too dark? No, like I can't. I feel like I don't see any of the details. I don't want to make an extra knot. I want to bring this knot. Yeah, that seems like a good variation. Cool. So that will be that. Roughness, I'll probably have to add another ramp for that as well. I feel like this is all I do in texturing, is just ramps on ramps on ramps to get things to look the right way. Glossiness. Does that even have any information in it? Just looks black to me. Where's this going? Reflection. Oh, that's the metalness amount. Well, yeah. Is there any information in there? I feel like there isn't. I would like there to be. Nope. No information. It is just pure black. Okay. So I get rid of this. It becomes very metal. Oh, its reflectivity is like 4? Weird. Maybe make it a little bit more. A little bit more reflective? A little bit more reflective? It's kind of, maybe that's too reflective. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's like a little bit of like a steel. Probably could go down a bit, but I don't know about 4. 4 seems pretty low. Let's see what we're working with roughness. Man, I used to have this mapped to like a hotkey, and now it is annoying to remap it every time I update. Max on cinema. Okay, let's clamp it a little bit more. I feel like I'm always clamping stuff. Maybe that's like making stuff not as subtle, but I just like to see like the variation in the roughness. I also don't want it to be too smooth or too like crazy rough. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, you can start to see those like color shifts. Might also need to go up. It's like a little too dark. Okay. Okay. It looks fine. Definitely just gonna need like have a way brighter lighting setup, but that's looking good. Let's make the aluminum for the inside bit. And I think for that, I'm just gonna like run with a default. I don't know if I'm gonna use any of these, but it has that like brushed aluminum look. For this guy. think I can just use with like a normal. From material, metals. Is this it? Yeah. I'm just gonna use that guy. Yeah, I'll use this one. Put a ramp in between it. I wish that like auto connected when you put it down, but it does not. Cool, that's gonna work already. I don't even really have to map it because I kind of already want it to be like stretched out like that. So that may work in my favor. I may duplicate it on this side. Nope. Just like crunch it up a bit more. Yeah. Then feed this into a bump. My chair's so squeaky. Apologize about that. Bring it into here. Make this guy aluminum. And then bam, that's way too much. Okay, cool. Okay. I mean, not the most amazing texturing job, but gets the job done with those like little highlight catches. Crank it up a little bit. Might also bring down the tiling that way too. Yeah, just a little bit easier to see. And then, I mean, it's roughness. Maybe bring that up. Cool. Okay. So we got our inside aluminum frame. No, this is Maxime Roz. He makes these HDRIs. He has a free pack, interior free pack that you can like test out one of them. This one I bought though from, I think it was this interior HDRI pack 2. Is this the one? Montreal, Canada. No, it's not this one. It is, maybe it is the free pack. Cafeteria bright, bathroom. Yeah, it's this one from his free pack, so you could go get it from his site, Maxime Roz. And yeah, it does look like a New York studio. I think it's Canada. Yeah, Montreal. But it's super nice because it's like a single point light that I use like a lot. It just comes from this like big window, but it has like enough like ambient information from like all these like other points that I end up using this a lot just before I know what kind of lighting I want, because it just gives like a nice shadow, makes everything like easy to tell, like highlights for like all your texturing needs. Yeah, it's super nice, and it's built really well that like it actually, I don't know, I have a lot of like HDRIs that don't quite properly map the high dynamic range of the image, but these ones give like really great gamma. So like the shadows in the scene, that's something that I have like a hard time with a lot of HDRIs. They don't give like nice defined shadows, but like this one is like obviously, I mean, because you have that one huge light, it looks really good. Yeah, I find that I have to like tweak the gamma of a lot of my HDRIs to like 1.4 just to get like nice defined shadows for a lot of stuff. I mean, if you're just like lighting ambient things just on their own, I mean, I feel like any HDRI kind of works. But when you want to have like proper like photorealistic shadows to stuff like this, you need someone that knows what they're doing when they're building it. And his HDRIs are really good. So here's our frame. Wow, we've been going for 2 hours and we've built a frame. And then for our screws, let's use this scratched one on the screws. See how that works out of the box. Out of the box, not too bad. I mean, a little dark. Would like them to be a bit more reflective. See what our mapping's looking like. I mean, wrong, but is it that bad? I don't know. That is the wrong axis. It's not great, but I'm not upset about it. It's better than having to unwrap anything. Yeah, I haven't done one of these like daily turnaround things in forever. I feel very out of it. A lot of stuff I've been working on has been like month-long big things, and so I've like taken my time a lot with like building textures, but I feel like I mean, I'm cheating a lot with all this Quixel stuff, so hopefully it'll all snap together. But for stuff like this that I have to like just build quickly, I feel like I'm taking way too long. Okay. Why is this so dark? Maybe we add some metalness. Bring up its actual reflectivity. Don't really like using reflectivity, but that's what they want to use, so that's what we'll use. And then I want this guy to be like way brighter. Hope there's not like much data going on in there. It's a little bright. I mean, this is like the distance we're going to see it at, so does it really matter? Not really. So there's our little screws with way too much detail than they really need. Maybe I should start setting this up to a proper aspect ratio. Like, what's 4:3? I don't really work in portrait. I want like a 4:3. I just want the pixels. I just want the pixels. Okay. 6 by 4 inches. But we're in pixels. I guess we could do that. 4 by 6. Divided by 1280. That seems, you know, close. There's a little stubbier. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like 4 to 5. That seems right. Not picas. Pixels. Cool. That will be our aspect ratio. Maybe now is the time to set up a camera. And I think I noted that we probably want to use like 80 or something, just to make this a bit flatter, a bit more flat. And I think I'm gonna turn down the like overall brightness of this HDRI, just to have it like kind of be like a background lighting. I'm gonna lock that to this guy. Jump out and bring in a light. Like an area light. I want it to be focused on this null. I don't know if I want them that big, but I mean, from their lighting, that's probably not as high. Might bring it down just a bit. Could probably bring up this guy. I mean, they have really nice like refractions happening, or reflections happening on their aluminum that I'm not really getting out of this HDRI from its current position. But I mean, it's not like the most reflective HDRI either, or like with that many hotspots in it. I feel like with this, it's like kind of competing. Getting a little bit better on the aluminum there, but it's also kind of like washed out of it. Might also turn it off from the background. So that I'm not like influenced by it. That already looks better. Now that I can't really see the... Now it's just like purely looking at how it's lighting it. I think that having it coming from here is helping. I mean, it's like washing out that, which is nice. I do want a little bit of shadow under that lip. So finding the right balance there. Cool, I think that will work. And then let's bring our, where's our glass box? I guess it's gonna have a sweep behind it, so maybe we build that. Or I wonder if I have one in my objects. Yeah, I just build it so often that I just like saved one in my content library. It's not anything crazy, but it's just like a diced cube with like 2 bevels to like add cut lines in it so that they can like slide around wherever they need to be. Like this is the edge one for keeping those edges there, and then this one is for like how sharp this is, and then it's all just like in a subdivide to like quickly make a sweep, which really, I mean, like, that's cool. I'd be happy with that, but I'm gonna drop it down so we don't see the floor as much. Maybe bring this a little bit closer to the back. And then we can drop down our glass. It's gonna be down here. I guess that our frame could come down a bit too. Yeah. I feel like these are the elements that we need to like frame up first. He's gonna be like off to the side a bit and down. Kind of like they had it. Yeah. Yeah. There's a little bit. I know I said like at the beginning that I was gonna try not to look at theirs as reference as much, but I've been totally breaking that rule. Yeah, getting a little bit of that cool like dark refraction inside of the edges, but not much. This is also a lot brighter than I thought it would be for the frame. So I might actually drop this back to 80 like we had it. Could probably go 70. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So now those highlights start to come back in. Might drop this back to like 35. Cool. It also helps bring out the aluminum. Cool, cool, cool. I think like the next piece would be sending over. Let's focus on the debris. Let's bring those guys back in. So I think I said that I liked this one, not this one. So turn him off again. Let's make it face the camera a bit more better. I think that I actually want it this way so that the that's a bit cooler, that it's like harshly in shadow. Would it be crazy if it's like that? Yeah. I'm gonna actually just completely invert this. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Gonna bring him up there. So get a little bit of it under. A little bit over maybe. Cool. Bring it like forward. Yeah, that cast shadow's cool. Then let's take this guy. Drop him back. Cool. That side is not as interesting. Yeah, I think that's better this way. Okay. And then I mean, for their coloring, I think that I can just throw it inside of a ramp. If not a ramp, because like I kind of would not want to make them totally grayscale, even though they're going to be concrete. Maybe a color correction. Or a color correct. Send that in there. And maybe we just bring down a ton of the saturation. And maybe the gamma comes down. And then maybe a hue shift. Just like a slight one to get that like green in there. I feel like that makes it look a little bit more. Yeah. Maybe it could probably even go a little bit. Yeah, that's cool. Just gonna copy that and bring it into this guy's. Or not. Did I not bring that in? Copy. Paste. There we go. Boom. Now they're part of the same family without losing much of anything else. Cool, cool, cool. I feel like this one is not getting like as affected by the beam as it should, lighting wise, but oh well. So now we have, what else do we have left? I feel like our frame might be way bigger than theirs. Oh well. Got like a beam to put down. We got the beams already in here. Just gonna shrink them down a bit. Wood beam in your face. Let's bring you way down. We don't even have like any GI or anything. We're just building this purely off like one light. And I'm not too upset with how it looks. So, goes to show you don't need all the craziest stuff. Like that, like, I mean, the glass aside, could be a photo. That's the beauty of mega schemes. Could be a photo. Let's bring that over. Drop them down. Yeah, that seems fine. Probably rotate a bit more. Yeah, probably could go up too. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. this like box guy's gotta go down a bit then. Don't love that tangent, but it will probably get fixed by the whatever container we put around it. Because we gotta like add this like connector thing. I don't really like that shape though. Could take it or leave it. I guess I don't like that it's like a weird white plastic, so could change that. This could probably also, it's a little bit. I feel like that's, yeah, it's a little bit closer to what we want. Plant-wise, I think that a couple of our leaves could probably like act as like backgrounds to like cut that space. That's a massive plant. Yeah, I said I think I don't like any of those guys. I liked these guys. Wherever those went. Where did those go? Or were these the... No, those were the ones. Not cool ones. These ones were cool. Hard to say. Let's take all of them. I think they're all going to need to come down quite drastically in size. Boom, just throw that right in there. That's an everyday for you. No, we will have a bit more purpose behind it. Make it an Isaac shape from your heart. Yeah, I'm trying not to follow theirs too much, but I really, really do like their layout. Yeah, but that like white shape is kind of gross. Oh, perfect. It's not even attached. We can just rip a couple of these guys off. Maybe I need their stems? Yeah, maybe. Get rid of those guys. You pee these guys out of there. Get rid of those guys. Cool. Now we have individual shapes. Think that this needs to be as long of a stem. Cut that off. Get rid of that. UI delete. And I have this like nice docked little centered axis, which very nicely re-puts the axis back into wherever the center of this whole grouping is. But I think that I might actually want to just make the center snap to this guy. Or if there was a face there, I would put it there, but put it there, call it good. Might actually make him a little bit bigger. And I wanted it to be kind of like it was like getting pinched in this like crevice there. and that's where it was like being held together. Ooh, I kind of really like that. It's like getting framed a bit. That's a nice accident. Oh, I lost it. Come on. Come back. That's cool. Cool. Yeah, we'll pretend that that's working out. And I think it could be a little bit bigger. I like that. It's cool. And then maybe the other one sprouts from like down there. I feel like that's like where that wants to go from. This one kind of looks dead. Is that correct? Yeah, it's like yellow. Gross. Maybe we don't use that one. This one also looks a little bit yellow. So let's pull from a different plant. This looks promising. Yeah, cool. Oh, it's got like a little chunk taken out of it. Interesting. Let's make you... Get your axis around here. Okay, so need to actually be in model mode, I guess, for that to work. Come on, get back where we want you. Don't really want it to have to be... Oh, well, maybe that would be cool. And it will work. Okay. I'm like, okay. I kind of like this, like, breaking the frame thing. I feel like that is working out well. Can't tell if I want it to match the size of that guy or be like a little bit smaller. Do these come with translucency and everything set up? I don't think so. Let me check. They may. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they do. So it's not like set up using proper like subsurface scattering. They come in just with their like that mapped into like kind of faking it through the what's that going into? Yeah, the translucency for like kind of faking it with backlighting, which for plants isn't like that wrong. But yeah, it is nice. I feel like when I do need like proper SSS, they take like a little bit more setup and like tweaking of like this map into like the actual like subsurface down here. But I mean, for 95% of the stuff, like if I just took a light and dropped it behind, yeah, you can, is it back there? Yeah. And then like turned it up. Whoa, way too much. Yeah. So, I mean, it works for, I mean, faking it decently. I don't think it works with caustics that well, but I mean, you don't really need that a lot of the time. But yeah, it does. Yeah, they're pretty good with like, I just find that like metals don't come over very, like kind of what you saw with like the steel and the scratched and like the painted metal. It just doesn't come over exactly how the preview in Bridge looks. But their plants and like their woods and stuff, like that wood, I don't think I'm gonna mess with. But yeah, it's super nice that those come over properly. This is like looking kind of mangled, but I guess that's fine. Okay. I mean, it's nothing like this, but I'm liking the inspiration that this is driving. What else? What else? I want to see how we had a piece of statue that never came over. Oh, this guy's got to go over. Should probably save. Oh, no. Can I save? Can I save? Cool. Yeah, we got that hook guy, and we can finally, oh, we gotta bring over that material. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use this like pick thing. It looks cool, but I don't think it's necessarily the vibe that I'm going after here. Come on, Bridge, update. Let me get to my other assets. Yeah, so like, this metal is not exactly, I mean, unless it's supposed to be just like totally rusted out. It's not exactly what I'm going after. So I'm gonna have to fiddle with that a bit. Where is our pipe? Where'd it go? Oh, it's over here. I don't even know if this is gonna look remotely interesting. Let's put this guy where this guy is. Drop him down there. Shrink him down a bit. You know, just your standard hook in a pipe. Very common. Hook. Yeah. A little bit goofy, but oh well. Not as nice as that. That is, I will admit, much nicer, but they didn't have one, and I have no idea how you would model that quickly. Okay, so we need to bring over our statue that we saved. save again in case it crashes. And that's gonna sit inside the little glass cube thing. And I gotta find a weird container for it. Oh, come on. Stop crashing. There we go. Ooh, it's big. It's much larger than I thought it would be. Kind of okay with it being like off center and like tilted a bit to catch more interesting shadows. Shrink him down. Send him down. Can't even really tell that much that it's sitting inside. I mean, I guess you can with those, like, reflection on the floor. But from this view, I could probably bring it up a bit. Okay. I'm okay with that. Might drop these guys in there. I'm thinking if I want to add like supports. Does this one have one? Yeah, it kind of has like little supporting pieces around it. Oh, it's like kind of like keeping it intact. Interesting. I might what do I want to do here? Oh, I think I might actually go. They've like have like a bunch of kind of geometric or like cube shapes. I think for this I might go with like a cylinder in here. Oop. Didn't put it inside. Just bring it down. As like a super secure like kind of base. This thing like presses on with like a super wide kind of base on here. Gonna give it way more subdivisions. Maybe even round the caps. Fillet. Yeah, and then we're just gonna like have like a nice little thin little base here. Don't need that many subdivisions. And then maybe we'll have one on top of it, even thinner. Bring it in a bit. Oh, wrong guy. And then like the longer one. That's like the secure piece. As like, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't know if this needs to be filleted. Maybe it goes out a bit wider for his first piece, and the second guy goes in a bit more. Oop. don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna keep it for now. As like just a placeholder. Don't know how I'd want to texture it either. And then I think for the base, I'm just gonna take a cube out of here and drop it down. Gonna make it like 22 by 22. Or this is gonna be like, I still like their idea of this like bottom thing. I don't really like those edges though. So maybe we'll just make that little thick little wooden piece. Then we'll make this piece that goes like a little bit above the edge. And then piece just like this one, a little above, and then at like 22 and 22. And then we'll bool it. Shift C. Bool. Nope, other way around. Cool. So now we got like a little pocket for it to sit in. Maybe that should be closer. Okay. This has got to be like wood. Now we gotta find some wood. Ooh, I wonder if I could just quickly... that's not like a normal wood texture, is it? It's like all goofy a bit. Just wondering if I could just hijack that wood texture. How crazy is your map? Not terrible. Might just take that one. So I'll just throw that on this guy. Let's see how horrible that is looking. Okay, yeah. Not great. Let's go Cubic. I mean, I don't know. It's not great there, but we'll be offset a bit. Offset it again. Offset it again. I don't know. Looking good with me. Maybe. Nah, tiling is not the way to go. Okay. I mean, looks like wood. That's all we're really going for. I like that this looks more complex than it actually is. This like inside foam. But I think it will need a different texture. And then this guy, I'm definitely going to be like, I should probably also round this guy. Not that much. Yeah. Yeah, that makes it look softer. Like it's actually going to protect it. The more I think about that one, the more I'm not sure about it. But I like the idea of it. I just don't know why it's not working. It needs to be thinner for this part. Maybe that's what I'm not liking. I liked that more. Yeah, maybe it was the thickness that I wasn't stoked about. Bring that guy in. I feel like he's got to be like a decent thickness though. Okay. Liking that a bit more. Not totally in love with it. We gotta add the straps and stuff. Because everything is just kind of floating right now. I think I'm gonna like loop it around there. So that it's like hanging. And then have that guy go down. And this guy is still gonna go kind of in its general shape there. That's gonna be the harder part, is making all those work. Still gotta make that foam, that's what I was gonna do. The squishy foam. Yeah. Just gonna bring in a texture. There was that like materials man-made. Flakes. See if that would help. I feel like this is car paint flakes, if I remember correctly. So this may not work. But I just want something that like makes those like little tiny like holes. Got a lot of roughness. Let's put that down. It's gonna be like 70%. And then, I mean, it's gonna be backlit as well. Why are you frozen? What are you upset about? It's very upset. But why? Don't like making the foam? Okay, there we go. I want to be on that guy. Yeah, I'm gonna need to break the camera for this one and see what's going on. What is happening in there? I mean, flakes don't look too bad. I think they just might be a little bit too intense right now. Oh, well, that's gotta get switched. That's gotta get switched. See if that updates. Nope, not updated. Redshift material. Unrecoverable. Never gotten that error. This foam texture is really messing everything up. It is not happy about trying to create that. Let's go back, try it again. No, it is not going to do it. Weird. Maybe I'll just save it and close it and open it back up again. Man, someone's been having a rough time. I might split this into 2 parts. I don't know. Coming up on hour 3. So maybe we'll actually... Yeah, I don't know what that error is, though. Just like the material was improperly made. Now cinema just won't open. Very weird. Just gonna close it there. See if it'll open again. But yeah, I guess we're coming up on 3 hours. Might split this into a stream that I do tomorrow again. I mean, on a daily, when I did them back in the day, it was probably like 3 to 4 hours. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Now I don't really do dailies anymore. Obviously, a little bit out of the, a little out of practice. But when I did do them, it was like 3 to 4 hours. Whatever I really had at the end of the day. Which was sometimes like a lot more because I was doing them when I was in college. But yeah, normally 3 to 4 hours. But for this, I mean, because I wanted to do a stream tomorrow too, I might just call it a break there. Seeing as cinema's died and won't come back. And then maybe finish up. I feel like there's still quite a bit of stuff left. Wasn't exactly happy with some of the stuff down there that was going on. So maybe we'll focus a little bit more on that and actually making some better stuff for that. And then figuring out all the ropes and texture and stuff. Yeah, cinema, what are you doing? But yeah, so come back tomorrow and we will we'll finish this up and see where we can go with the rest of it, and then maybe do a little bit of After Effects, which is weird. I do all my stills post-processing in After Effects. There's not really much to do on this one, but maybe a little bit of color correction. This one is still a little bit of, it'll be interesting to see, to tackle that little deformer. I think like a collision deformer should get like some of the way with like some FFD deformers on it. And then maybe I'll look for a better hook because I don't really like the one we got going on right there. And see how we can do all the straps and ropes. And be interesting to see how to make a knot. I've never done that before, but I've seen some people do it. But yeah, thanks for everyone that came by, hung out, and asked questions. Yeah, I don't know if these are like fun. I mean, they're less like informative and they're kind of just like a lot more chill. But it's a little bit easier to just like hop on and start like messing around, and I want to be able to like start doing more stuff. But yeah, definitely thanks for stopping by. Also, Unstructured, thanks for the follow. I saw it like an hour ago. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll do this again tomorrow, and then if I want to hit those 2 other achievements to do 7-day streams, might do one more like this on Monday and Tuesday, and then next Saturday, I'm trying to get it scheduled to have a artist interview. Can't really say who until it's like ready to go, but we'll have a kind of Q&A, maybe like a show and tell. I don't know. It's kind of up for whatever people want to see, but then we'll do an artist interview, someone kind of in the 3D field, and I'm going to try to start doing those every Saturday. So thank you all for stopping by. last stream I didn't upload yet. I'm gonna maybe upload that one tomorrow, along with the project files from that one. I was doing them on Mondays, but I think I'm gonna do them kind of like a week after they've been live, so that people that see it live get a little bit more of a kind of first look at it, and then they'll be up a week later. I mean, they're always up on Twitch for 2 weeks if you do want to watch them here, but I know a lot of people like watching them on YouTube better. So thanks everyone for stopping by, for hanging out, and then we'll do this again tomorrow. See ya.